While we're on the subject of young voices, BBC Radio 2 is scouring the country for two talented singers to be named Young Choristers of the Year 2016. All the details and terms and conditions are on the Radio 2 website. So if you're a chorister or you know someone who is, get your application in right away. Now we're going to hear a performance from the current Young Choristers of the Year. Back here in Belfast, it may be 100 years since the Battle of the Somme and the Easter Rising, but the tensions around both events can still run deep for the people who live here. To coincide with Northern Ireland's centenaries, the global movement 24/7 Prayer have come up with the idea of 100 days of prayer across the country. Well, Laura, what's this? 24/7 prayer?
Yeah.
You're going to take me inside, show me what you're doing.
I'd love to.
Laura Brown grew up in this area of West Belfast, and she and her friends are determined to pray for peace in their community. What goes on in here?
Yeah, well, our community, I'm part of a small prayer community. Each of us have committed to spending our week praying in here. So we created this space that we could move around and take to different organisations and churches and non-church organisations, just places that really needed prayer. And we thought, well, we can take this and we can spend a few hours or a few days or a few weeks just soaking that place in prayer. So you can write your prayer request for the news. And we have fish that represent people that we're praying for, that we just want to see God's best for their lives, so we just pray for them up there. Down here we have thank you prayers, so you can say thank you God for answering this prayer. So
and what kind of response have you had from people here?
Really, on the whole, people have been really positive. People that haven't really prayed before like this have just found it really curious, have loved engaging with it. I've lived here all of my life. I was born a few streets away, so yeah, I'm very proud to be from this area. We're in an area that is traditionally very segregated in terms of religious background. So on this side of the road we have Protestant Suffolk, who would be predominantly loyalist. On this side of the road is Glenading, which again would be predominantly Catholic nationalist kind of background and affiliation. So this road and this car park actually that we're stood on at the minute is what's known as the interface. We still every so often have groups of young people that would meet on the interface to fight each other, and that is definitely still an ongoing concern that we have.
Just round the corner from the caravan, the telltale signs of division are still visible.
This gate was put up 30 years ago and hasn't been opened since then, so there's no thoroughfare through here. There is a pedestrian gate. It gets locked at 7 o'clock every night. It's here to keep the peace, but really they're just symbols of division and segregation still. People living here still feel afraid. They still feel like they're under threat on both sides of the community.
Today, Laura and her friends are putting up their prayers on the peace wall in a gesture of hope for the future.
There is hope. Northern Ireland is going to have a bright future, and I believe that's through God and through prayer.
The 100 days was orientated around 3 H's: the healing of the past, the honouring the present, and hope for the future. And we really have prayed in faith and believe that all 3 of those have in some ways come to pass.
My hope for the future is that the Church in Ireland will be united, that we will lead the way in peace and reconciliation by demonstrating what it looks like to forgive and to honour each other and to show grace and compassion and forgiveness.
God is love, He's enough, love poured out all for us, and there is no one stronger than our God. There is no one stronger than our God. Your love, it overcomes, heals my broken heart. Your love, it overrides, it speaks of who you are. Oh yeah, your love is stronger than the waves that crash on me. Your love is always been, it will always be. For our ransom, your love poured out for our freedom. Your love poured out for our redemption. Your love poured out, your love poured out. Oh, your love, it overcomes, heals my broken heart. Your love overrides, it speaks of who you are. Oh yeah, your love is stronger than the waves that crash on me. Your love is always been, it will always be. Yeah.
That's almost it for today. Next week is Pentecost Sunday, the birthday of the church, and Connie joins the bloggers and tweeters who are spreading the message in the digital age. Now for our final hymn, and we couldn't leave Northern Ireland without this tune.
And next week's programme is at the later time 5:15. Coming next on BBC One, David Attenborough puts flesh on the bones of a giant dinosaur discovery.